The Bernina 790 in the embroidery area has a way to really precisely zoom in and align something perfectly. So I just want to bring in two designs and let's see how close we can get them to match. This is also a feature that we'll be using in the pinpoint placement when we are trying to get something to be totally perfectly aligned to an area of our fabric, or if we've hooped a little bit crooked. So let's start by using a Builtin Design. Let's go into the Applique Letters, and I'm going to just bring in an A for starters, and let's just move it off to the side. To add a second one in, let's just touch the plus and touch a second letter. So I know it comes in just centered right on top of the first one, so we're just going to move it over to the side. But even though this machine is so precise and we can get things to really come in just perfectly, we can select the design, but then we can look at the zoom options. So this place where the plus is on the magnifying glass, when you start to touch it, it's going to be zooming in. So every time you touch it, you get a little bit closer to the design. Well, if we're looking at the design and it's kind of outside our viewing area, with the hand selected, that's like you touching and moving a piece of paper. So you can see that the viewing area is the red square over here. And what I'm actually going for is I want to see how close I could get these letters to touch. Now that I'm zoomed in enough, I can come over to the I for information and then work to actually move the design a little bit closer. Now again, I'm kind of finding I'm out of my viewing range, so I can just slide it over because this is the area I'm kind of keeping my eye on, and I can bring that right into position. Now the only reason the A is kind of grayed out right now is because that's the one that's not being moved, so I can really come in using the knobs here to really fine tune how close to that design I want to actually be. Can we get any closer? Yep, a little bit closer is, well, that's really close. So I don't think you can get any closer to the actual stitches than right there on your screen. We could even line up those two stitches so they're actually touching. That's pretty amazing that you can get that close to the design and move it all into position. Now I'm going to go one step further because these are two very large letters and they technically don't fit side to side. So we're going to zoom out here. Now another way that you can move a design around is with the plus option selected. That would also be moving this little area. But sometimes instead of using my finger, I like to use the knobs because I get much more precise overlap for when I'm trying to put one stitch right on top of the other. Okay, so when we want to zoom out, touch the minus sign until you're all the way back out to the full screen. And again, we see that the A and the B are still just a hair outside of our hoop area. One little extra step for you is if you select the page that has all the designs selected, they will move or size as one. So right now, if we were to move them, we would go side to side, left or right, up or down. We could also touch the sizing and just get them to just shrink down just enough until that red line disappears and we would be able to stitch these. We could have also rotated them 90 degrees and we wouldn't have had to size them down. We actually could have made them bigger because those letters look like they could expand in that particular hoop or playground, and we could get them even bigger than what they were originally saved as. So just know that when you're looking to zoom in and get things perfectly aligned, that your magnifying glass with the plus on it is going to be your best friend.